take 50, who knows, but let's get this started. Hello my whole friends, I am back on YouTube now. As you guys know me, my name is Sarah Davis. I am a holistic health practitioner, travel nurse in the field of electrophysiology and cardiac catheterization. So I deal with all things cardiac disease. But I also run my business Living Whole. It is my passion. It is everything that I want to do every day for the rest of my life. And it's been missing something, and this is what it's been missing. So I live this life and I want to share it with you guys. So welcome to Living Whole, the vlog series. So my reason, my intent, my purpose is to show you my whole life so you can have a guide to your whole health. It is the trials, the tribulations, it is everything in between. My whole life is your whole guide to health. Not awkward at all, huh? Still getting used to this. This is different. Talking to real people. I love talking to real people. There's such a barrier here, it feels like, but this is a necessary evil. I wouldn't call it evil, but it's necessary. I have to do this. Hello, Mom. Anybody else out there? I hear my grandma telling me, sit up straight. I should probably sit up straight while I film. Anywho, how long do people just stand here without saying anything, just trying to like, anybody else do that? That awkward vlogger? This is weird. It's not weird. I guess it's normal nowadays. People make their livings. I just like to talk to people. So this part is going to be a struggle for me, but we'll get there. You guys, we'll get there. Anywho, let's see what else I can do during this video, during this vlog. So back to this whole vlogging thing. Right now I'm just making dinner. A lot of times people don't really understand what I eat when I tell them I'm plant-based, but essentially it's a whole food plant-based diet, and I can eat everything you guys eat except for I'm healthy and it's really loud, minimally processed. So I do cook with a little bit of oil, so a little bit of olive oil. This is like a kitchen talk, like. If you like bell peppers, if you don't like bell peppers, this little part on the inside makes them bitter, so I always pull that out. So I forget that I'm filming. I'm just kind of chopping, not really talking. One of the things that I forget is that most people don't understand how to build meals. And really, you just want to eat an assortment of vegetables. So as long as you're eating a balanced variety, you're going to get everything that you need and plenty of protein. So again, I'm just chopping a whole bunch of vegetables, tossing it into a pan, a little bit of olive oil. I'm really kind of cutting off my face, aren't I? This is not the best angle. Let's try something different. So I'm just making a quick meal. I have chopped some bell pepper, cabbage, and squash. I'm not really feeling anything in particular. I know I need to eat something, and I'd rather eat something nourishing than crap. So really, we're just throwing something together at this point. Not all my meals look like the grand food photography posts that I put. Those are more of a creative outlet. I just love food photography. Generally, most of my meals are very simple plants that taste friggin' good, because I'm not gonna eat anything unless it tastes really good, generally speaking. So again, bell pepper, squash, some cabbage. I've got some sweet potato that's left over that I need to do something with. You guys know all about when your fridge is full and you're just like, what the hell do I do? That's what we're doing today. So, oh, can you see me? Can you see me? Perfect. So I've also washed some cilantro. I love cilantro. It's also an excellent cleanser for your body. It gets rid of heavy metals. It's just, oh, I love spinach. I love spinach too, but I love cilantro. Now, for the people out there that have I think it's an enzyme that causes cilantro to taste disgusting, I am so sorry for you people. You're missing out. I guess you're not if your body's telling you, hey, no thank you. I will add this in last. So a lot of my herbs and things of that nature, not necessarily my spices, but my herbs, I'll add in last, unless I'm sauteing garlic or something like that. Then I want to put that in at the beginning. But cilantro is excellent added in at the very end, just for flavor. It kind of elevates your spices as well. Okay, so I'm going to saute these veggies. I'm going to add a can of dark kidney beans and wilt some spinach on top, and that's going to be my meal, our meal. And really it's that simple. I'm getting everything that I need: protein, antioxidant, micronutrient, macronutrient, the whole shebang for a filling, satiating meal. I will add in some spices, cumin, paprika, and it'll kind of go from there. It's not awkward at all. So I really hope this talking on camera thing gets a little bit easier. Maybe it will. Maybe I need to just talk to you guys like I'm talking to my mom or friend. Is that how people do it? I know there's friends out there. Still kind of awkward. Maybe I should just name this title of the video, The Awkward. So I like to strain and rinse my beans. It gets rid of the enzyme that causes digestive upset. So strain and rinse. Even your good beans that are low sodium, I still do. I'm really curious to know if anybody's actually watching this. So at some point, I guess my channel will be bigger. And my clients will watch this, maybe my family, curious friends. We'll see. But I really want to know. Comment down below and tell me, you know, what's your favorite go-to meal, or what do you struggle with? This is another thing that I do when I cook. I cook based so much off of flavor and smell that I forget to measure sometimes. So recipes that you see on my blog are usually repeated because I made it and then I realized I didn't write down half the ingredients. The ingredients meaning how much I put in them. I know what I put, but I don't know if this is a southern thing, the kind of a pinch of this, a pinch of that. But there's something that's really just kind of freeing creativity wise to be able to just cook. So how many of you cook by just recipes and you just follow it to a T? And how many of you cook by, ooh, a little of this, a little of that? I'm curious, because I like recipes and sometimes I make recipes like other people's stuff, but a lot of times I end up adding a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and so it's rare that I actually make a recipe to the T, unless it's something really complex, or something that I've never made that type of it. and I need to know, you know, are there certain ingredient proportions that have to be met. Bread baking, I still follow a recipe to a T because the yeast can sometimes be finicky, and that's not something that I've memorized. I don't know about you guys, but tomorrow's Sunday. Plan on making some bread. Also, I'm going to make my seitan meat recipe, so you guys really might want to see that, and I might film that, because that, if you are transitioning to a plant-based diet, sometimes those meat replacers have a ton of processed things in them. They have sodium, and so if you can make your own meat replacer, then why the hell not? So yeah, I may show that, or show it in a future vlog, because that is kind of that is a staple to what I do within the kitchen. I think meat replacers have a place if you're trying to do your best and eat a plant-based diet and transition. They're not something that I would typically recommend on a full-time basis. I incorporate them into my diet, of course, but I always try to choose the better of the options. They're still processed, they're still, you know, not a whole vegetable, but you know, sometimes you just gotta get the job done, and that's what's life about. That is what life is about sometimes. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I will share that with you guys. But anywho, this is cooking. I will continue this and then I guess check it back in with you guys here in a bit. It's not like you're gonna really enjoy just seeing vegetables cook. So we're at, oh my gosh, we're at 13 minutes in. I'm probably gonna have to edit a lot of this down, but this is our method right now. This is what we're working with. So yeah, when I'm just going to saute all of this, stir it a little bit, maybe add some more spices, but I'll show you, I'll check in here in a bit. So maybe in like 10 minutes or so. This whole meal is probably gonna take less than 20 minutes. So if you're family, if you're single, you don't have a lot of time, these a lot of times are very budget friendly, and they're the way to go when you're trying to cook for yourself, or you know, even cooking larger proportions for your family. So yeah, I'll check in about 10 minutes. So yeah, we're back. Back to Living Whole TV with Sarah Davis. I just posted to my Instagram TV stories, and I realized that a lot of times on camera I kind of hold back because I am naturally a goofy person to some degree, and it's just, you know, I can be very serious and very professional in the moment, and that has helped me tremendously as a professional. However, when I'm trying to do things like this, it's almost like a barrier, because I'm like, you know, how much of me do you really want to see? So yeah, we're back. So hopefully, you know, as I go through this and as we, you know, go along this living whole journey, things get easier, and I'm not as, awkward's not the word, but maybe reserved and guarded, maybe. But, you know, we'll get to know each other. Anywho, yeah, I'm just sauteing these vegetables. That's what I'm doing. So this is going to turn into a nice, yummy Nourish bowl. So as it all kind of cooks together, it's going to be flavorful. I wish that you could smell like the smells in here, because it's delicious. So when I cook, typically I'm like wafting, because that's how I season. So it smells delicious. I can't wait for this to be done. I am going to cook this for probably 5 more minutes, and then it'll be done, and I will show you guys the finished product. So really, yeah, toss it in the pan, teeny tiny bit of oil, because again, you don't want to cook with tons of oil. And there are times where I just cook with water. I'm lucky that I have a pretty good pan, and that's something that whenever I do a, you know, tour the kitchen video, that I'll go over the different types of pans and utensils that I use. And you know, I'm pretty minimalistic when it comes to kitchen supplies. I want something that is versatile and is going to work really well. But yeah, we can go over that at some point. But sauteing all of these veggies, I'm going to put them in a bowl, top them with some cilantro and avocado or hummus, and I'll show you guys the final product. So I did forget to tell you guys my spinach tip or my greens tip, whatever. If you're adding greens to any dish, add them at the very end and just let them slightly wilt within your dish from just the heat of the warm vegetables or whatever you're cooking. And that kind of gets rid of, you know, spinach can be kind of gritty whenever you cook it too long or you boil it. Like, I hate boiled spinach. Now, if you love boiled spinach, then don't worry. But if you are kind of like, greens, just add them in at the very end like this and just let them wilt in. I already have my burner turned off, so it's just the heat from the vegetables, and they wilt in so nicely, and they taste really good. And if you are new to adding a whole bunch of plants to your plate, I suggest just getting baby spinach. Don't jump in deep with kale, because it's, you know, unless you love kale and you know that you love kale. But if you're like, I'm switching from the standard American diet to normal, you know, trying to eat more greens and veggies, stick to regular baby spinach. The taste is so much more versatile than your other greens, like your Swiss chard and your kale and different things like that. And even if you're starting to add them into smoothies, it's one of the most friendly green vegetables that you can add into anything. So I highly recommend baby spinach if you're taking baby steps into greens. But yeah, again, I just wanted to check back in. Literally, this is 15 minutes into this dish, and I'm going to toss it in a bowl now that my greens are wilted, and take some final photos of that, maybe an overlay of the footage, and then we'll see how long this video is actually going to be. So yeah, and I'll probably even put this bowl on my website because it was super easy to make and you might enjoy it. It kind of has a nice Cajun flavor to it, so yeah. So guys, this is what we're working with. Finished product. It looks delicious. I cannot wait to eat. So yeah, I'm going to chow down, have some dinner, and go from there.